So hello, good evening. So welcome to Caravan Traders channel. My name is Edwin, and this is an introduction video to this channel. So I created this channel um, for me and my team um, as we get into 2026. We are looking forward into posting um, our analysis, trade ideas, and also executions that we've taken during the day. So the main commodities that I trade myself is the Nasdaq futures. So I trade the E-mini and also the micro Nasdaq futures. This just depends on the volume. So mostly during New York session, I trade the micro one, and sometimes when I do Asia session, I use the E-mini. So so as I'd said, 2026 be expecting a lot of videos from us as we basically I think in the few months I'll be the one hosting most of the time. And I'll be going through all trades I take every day from today, that is. Uh, right now, where am I? I am is um, the time is around 12 a.m. Uh, yeah, so I'd like to begin this um, um, presentation. So first of all, a disclaimer that this video or content that will be uploaded from this channel is purely for entertainment purposes and educational. So please don't use this as financial advice. Okay, so I'll be going to my charts on TradingView and I'll take you through two trades I took today and just the idea behind each trade so that it can give new traders maybe ideas on how to enter trades, how to manage trades. Personally, I have almost, I think this is my third year trading. It's not Trading is not my main career. Um, I'm doing a 9 to 5 software development job, and I'm doing trading as a part part-time career. But going into 2026, I hope as I build my career, as I learn more in trading, that I might be able to completely switch to trading. Okay, so the chart you're seeing, this is micro Nasdaq features, and so today, so this is a trade I took yesterday actually from my time. So what is the time that you see down here? This is just New York. My chart is set to the New York um, time zone. And so the trading idea that I had today, this is 20, that was sorry yesterday, 29th of um, 29th of December 2025. So I'll just move to the 1 hour time frame. And um, okay, so from the 1 hour, what you can see um, during the New York session, basically that is starting at 7 a.m. New York time zone. There was this CB, a fair value gap that was created, and I was looking into getting into a sell trade within basically that CB, and targeting. some liquidity just below. Um, so for me, I usually target around 20, 30. If I get so much, maybe 50 points in NQ. And so I'll go back to 1 minute so that we can look at the first trade. So let me just delete this for now so that we focus on the first trade I took. And yeah, so first of all, when the New York session was starting, that is at 7, mostly I just mark my time to 7:30. So from 7:30, there was some liquidity. As you can see, there was a liquidity that were left. You see this part, it tried pushing up but failed. So for me, I record that as a buy side liquidity. And if you go back a little bit, you'll see there's some highs left by the morning London session. And so that is also something you can use as your target for the New York session opening. But for me, I just try to, because I'm looking for a small move on the market, and I don't want to go to another session, so I just use morning New York session to get trading ideas during the 9:30 opening. So basically, before 9:30, uh, we see that there was a low here, and price moved up a little bit. It created an intermediate low, and then so we see price trying to push, but it didn't take this high. So for me, this is a pre-market liquidity creation. So these are relative equal highs, right? And then we immediately see a strong push down, running the sell side that was here. So with that, um, we again see price failing to take this. As you can see, once this was taken, price is failing to take this loss again, and then pushing, leaving fair value gap. So if you are if you trade in the morning session before 9:30 open, which I don't myself. So this is just something I was looking into. So at 9, we see that we are purging this liquidity, and as I said earlier, there is also some liquidity up here and some created from the London session. So we see price after purging that liquidity, price came down, took some intermediate low here, some liquidity. So this one is some liquidity, and you see a change. So this is basically an order block for um, for for my trading models. So this will have been a valid trade for me. But so currently I usually trade from around 9:40, 9:50 to around, so that is 9:50. I usually try to find trades within that interval between 9:50 and 10, 10:50. 10:50 is around here. Yeah. So for me, I usually try to find my trade within that window. So for this trade, um, I didn't take this because it's outside of my trading window. But when I'm doing, something like a prop farm challenge, I can use these trades to just um, finish that evaluation because this is just quick. And then and when you're doing prop farm challenge, you're not really risking so much. So that's what I can use to finish to win or to finish those evaluations. But for my personal account and maybe my funded account, I only trade within this window. Okay. So once we see price taking these buy side liquidity here, and also those ones from London session as I showed earlier, So what we're looking for is for price now to run lower and take the sell side liquidity that we had created earlier. So looking at this, we run this liquidity and then we immediately push down, right? And so immediately my target goes to this sell side liquidity. It's a minor liquidity for me. Um, and this one. So with me, I usually target the easiest, basically the easiest target I could get, so that I'm in and out immediately. So this liquidity, I will not have gone for it that much because you see these laws were created as we were running this liquidity, right? So we're running that liquidity, and so this was like manipulation to take this higher liquidity. So if a day was if the day was a bullish day, it will have just come and take these. It could, so the algorithm might just come take this liquidity and then push higher. That's why I always like to target the easiest and the closest liquidity for my targets. So from my trading window, that is 950, I'll let me just enable the execution marks so that I can go over the trades I took. Okay, so just a second. Board these execution marks, and so you can see that from my window, this is from 950. So the 950 candle, you can see that it tried pushing up. So this was a green candle when I was watching it at that time. So I was looking at it, and then we can see that it tried pushing up and it failed going to take the buy liquidity that was up here. It failed and closed the bearish candle. So that was the first indication for me. And then the following candle created it really pushed lower and created a fair value gap, as you can see. So this fair value gap is another confirmation for me that price is really weak and we are trying to move lower, targeting these sell side liquidity. But with that, I didn't enter with that only. I also waited to see how we will be reacting on that FEG, right? So so I saw price pushing up inside that FEG, and it didn't close. It didn't close above it, right? So that is another indication for me. And the following candle, this one, it also just went up with a wick, didn't even take this high, and it closed inside that FEG and with a bearish candle. So I would have entered there, but I just decided to wait to see how this candle will react. And then we see the candle pushing up, failing to take that high, and closing bullish, but within that FEG. So for me, that is a clear indication, and I entered on the next candle. So that was my entry. My stop loss was just um, above this high, right? So my stop loss was just high, just a point, I think a point above it. So and my target, we have, I was targeting this liquidity, but best scenario, I would have wished for it to go down there, right? So as we can see, after entering, the price pushed lower, taking this is a structure change. As we can see, we took this low. So we know that we took this low and we are pushing lower. And after that, price came back to the FEG, and I was still monitoring my trade because for me, I believe as a day trader, if we are targeting around let's say 50 points, we don't expect we are not we don't want to leave our trades running and we go do something else. So it's better just to be there and experience every candle as they print. Because for me, I believe if let's say you are trading from here, right? And you left your trade. You said I entered here, your stop loss there, and your target is sell side liquidity, and you left your trade. These would have been a loss, right? Because it came to around 90 something percent of your target, and then went and took out your stop loss. So for me, I always read or experience every candle as they print and make decisions as we go, so that I decide if I'm moving to break even or taking some profits out of the market. So, as I was watching this, I knew this was not good for my position, but I was still very confident, considering we had not taken this low yet, and we have another liquidity area, a minor liquidity area here. So after we closed, after we closed here and still within that FEG, that's also an indication that we are still in a good position, right? Now, so the next few candles we see that we have a break, sorry, we see that we have an OB forming basically, and this is the best, or this is the best trade to be in. Like, um, if if you are very what word can I use? Let's say you're not that confident with the model that you have yet. So this is the best trade to be taking. Don't take the first trade that I did, but try to wait for such trades where you get an OB to confirm your entries, right? So for me, if I wanted to take a safer trade, right? The one that you are almost sure that you're going to your take profit. That will be the trade. So my trade will have been right. Let me just change this color so that you can see. Yeah. So my trade would have been after this order block has been formed. This one. So immediately we close below that with this candle, right? Um, I'll enter I'll enter on close of that candle. Sorry, I'll enter when price touch the opening of that OB. So I'll just put a sell limit there and enter the market, targeting this liquidity. This is around almost 1 to 2. Let me see. That's it. This is 2.3. Yeah. So this is 1 to 2.3, which is it's good for it's very good for quick and quick returns from the market, because we're here to make money, not holding trades to 15 RR or 10 RR. No, we want to make money and move away from these charts. Okay, so let me just delete this now. So after this closure, this gave me a confidence in my trade now. So with that, I think I moved uh, my my stop loss just a few points above this high, right? So now I've reduced my risk and I'm still going for this loss, but I'm still monitoring how to see what's happening in the market, right? Um, so so when these closed here, um, so after we're taking this low, right? As you can see with this candle. So we took this low and then we closed above it, right? So for me, when I start seeing that indication in the market, I I start being very I start to reduce my risk because I like when I'm in a trade, we close below these liquidity areas. Like I would have wished that this candle closed just below that, and then wait for another candle push lower. So for me, I with that, I think I moved my stop loss to profit. So I had moved my stop loss to profit. I don't know if I can move this to profit. Yeah, but I had moved my stop loss to profit at that time. So I think it was just above this order block. So just above this candle, this one, right? So I was now in a few points in profit, and I kept just monitoring my trades. And so after we took this low, I think it was this candle. I saw the next candle also. It just wicked and then closed above. So I decided I'm going to take something from the market. It's just being safe. I took three contracts from this. So I waited for these to run this low, and I took three contracts there, right? And I left. Now I was leaving the rest of the two contracts because I had taken five um, micro contracts, right? Now, so now we are near these sell side liquidity. So I waited for us to, as you can see, we ran that sell side liquidity, and then we immediately closed above. Yeah. So for me, that is really not a good indication, and I think I decided. So when we were running this low, I'd moved my stop loss to, I think, this high, if I'm not wrong. So my stop loss was above here. So this candle pushed and took me out of the trade. So with that, I think I ended my trade with a return of um, so let me see the original original stop loss. So it was around 1 to 2 point. I think 1 to 2 point. Let's say one. But I think I got more. I believe I got more because it was around. My profits were around 2.3 RR. So yeah. Yes. So I think which for me it's a good trade, well managed. And you can see that if I was not in the market managing my trades, this would have been a loss for me. But watching the market and seeing every candle print and making decisions as they do is what we do. Like that's what we need to do as day traders. Okay. So now after this push higher, this was a really strong push, and I knew that now the market might be switching back to take, because you see when we entered this trade, this push failed to take this liquidity, right? And this push, the 950 push, also failed to take this liquidity. So we have liquidity here, we have liquidity here, we have liquidity here. So guys have been moving their stop loss here. So the market is looking for those stop orders now. So after we push up here, um, I wanted to do a buy. I was waiting for an opportunity to buy and then sell to these guys who are still holding their trades here, right? But for me, an ideal trade would have been after we push this high, I would expected this low to be taken again. So I wanted something like we go up here, run these, right? And then maybe get an OB, and I would have entered on that OB and targeted this liquidity. So that didn't happen. So I just left it to keep moving. And when I see something like this, I always mark this as a minor liquidity for me because the market didn't run the liquidity that it was creating before moving higher. So this become a point of interest for my next trade if it gives me an opportunity, that is right now. So I just kept watching that the price action, and I waited for my next window or time where I look for opportunities to enter the market, which is 10:30, right? So at 10:30 we are here. So for me, I always try to see where is liquidity from my point of interest. So 9:30 is 10:30 is my point of interest. Where is my liquidity? I have sell side liquidity here. I have sell side liquidity here. Sell side liquidity here, and I have buy side liquidity here, here, and here. So when 10:30 candle closed, and then the next candle also closed, it left us with some liquidity above here, right? And it didn't take this, so there's liquidity here. So after that, we see the market running this liquidity. With that, I started being ready for a sell basically. So if the market would have given me an opportunity, maybe close below this, I would have entered, but maybe with an FEG. If it created some CB here, I would have entered that trade. But it didn't do that, so it kept pushing. So I knew that we still have liquidity until here, even higher. We still have liquidity. So once these pushed higher, running these relative equal highs, this one, and then immediately it pushed lower and closed below these order blocks. So from here, these two candles, these two green candles, you see this closure. So the 1040 candle, we closed below it. Now that is a bell for me. We are ready to enter a new trade. Now, so for me, I always try to um, wait. I give it time before I enter the market. It's not that I just see the market closing this here and then I enter immediately. I just give it time for it to show me really that it wants to go lower, right? Now, so we have that FEG. So go back. So it created that FEG, pushed lower, closed. So this is an OB, this one, this line. So this is an OB, right? So that is an OB. And we know that we have liquidity here that we left earlier. And so for me, I would have entered here after closure below it. I would have entered here, but I just decided to wait and see. Um, so if the market will give me a clearer entry, right? And that came after these two candles. You see, this green candle pushed up above, closing above that FEG. So, and after that, we see that it pushed lower, closing below this. So this become an OB, and for me, that's a clear entry. So I just waited for this closure. Created a limit order just at the opening of this candle. I was triggered, and then my target was, so if I can just put a sell, blue black, yeah. So my stop loss was above this. I think it was just a point or so above that, and my target was, so my target was this. But I was going, I was targeting the liquidity we left below here, this one, right? That was my ultimate target, right? So I'll zoom in a little bit. So I wanted to go for this liquidity that we left with these 10, 15, 10, 15, at 10, 15. So we left this liquidity. So that was my target. It was a good RR. It was a 1 to 4. point almost 1 to 4.5, which would have been a good return. But as I said earlier, that for me, I always read the market, the temperature of the market, what the candles are telling me, and I decide if I'm holding or taking profits, moving to break even. So immediately I entered, and I started seeing it was a good trade because I didn't have any. I didn't receive any. I didn't get any. Like it was just a few points drawdown, and immediately the market pushed, left this open, pushing. I didn't even move to break even yet. So once we ran this low, I think I had some limit order below that, and the limit order was at 3. So I took 3 limit order there, and I also moved my stop loss to break even. So I have removed 3, and my mentor. So ICT is my mentor, and he always, from all his videos, he always suggests that take profit, which for me, I believe is the only way we can beat this market. Always take profits. It doesn't matter if you're seeing that you are going to get a 4 RR. The 4 RR you're seeing there, that is not yours. It's for the market, and it can take it back if it wants. So if you get something, just for me, I always like to take profit. So I took 3 there, and then I started monitoring these. So for me, I have another model that I'm working on, another trading model that I am working on. I'm still backtesting and everything. So it's about a previous order block. So this is an order block, right? So when you see, for me, when I see an order block and I see a market, a price action entering that order block and immediately leaving, like you can see this, we are leaving that order block. So for me, that is a sign that the market might have reached its targets, right? So I took 1 here, just manually. I think I closed it manually. So I just went to a sell, so I did a buy on the market, right? I did a buy, took 1 there, and I moved my stop loss from break even to I think was this high. No, no, no. Let me see. So after we took these, so after this closure, I took 1 and this opening, and I moved my stop loss above here. Yes, again, if I remember, I took my stop loss above here because I think I closed at 25,702. Let me see, 25,702. Yes, somewhere here, 75 there. So I moved my stop loss there, and I was taken out by this push. Yeah. So that was the end of my trade because I had 2 remaining contracts. Now, so some people would have said that you would have waited for these, all these, like you can see. I mean, you'd have waited for this chop to end for me to get my target. My target was finally hit at 12:30. For me, I always try to end my tradings at 11, 11 on the dot. Um, Actually, at 10:50, after 10:50, I'm not looking for any other trading opportunities, but I can leave my trades to run to until maybe 11:30. But at that time, I'm always in profit. So 11:30 was around here. So I would have waited for that long. As you can see, this is just chopping. The market was just chopping, and with this, you're not sure where the market will go next. It could have easily just turn around and maybe taking most of the money I'd already made on the market. So yeah. So that is it for the 2 trades I took today. So going forward, 2026. I'm looking forward in creating such content, and I'd like to kindly request if you enjoyed or you like these kind of videos, please like. subscribe and maybe share this video. I'll really appreciate. And yeah, so this content is for newer traders. I have 3 years experience. So if you're also starting trading, you have 2, 3 years experience. You can join me here as I showcase my journey to becoming a full-time uh, futures trader. So, oh yeah, so with that, thank you so much for being with me until the end of this video. And I hope to see you in future video that I'll be uploading. So thank you so much and bye bye.